The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Wow. I've experienced something I've never experienced before. It took Googling to work out what was going on. And then when I say it to other people, they've never heard of this happening to anyone that they know.
Okay.
But yet it's a thing that happens. So as we know, I have recently come into my plant era and now
You
I'm
barely mentioned it.
You're
getting angry.
obsessed.
Getting angry. No, I'm off it. There's something that turns Shaun in every relationship. A little thing.
Don't give me a minute.
Have the plants been mouthing
I'll
off
take
at you?
them off. Oh, they do. They talk back, Nate.
So, a few weeks ago, I said to my mum, I think I might have bed bugs. And she wouldn't have bed bugs.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
where would you get bed
worst.
bugs
I
from?
know,
Like you get
yeah.
them from
No,
like
but that's worse.
She goes, why?
cheap hotels in like third world countries.
Yeah, and she goes, why? And I said, because I swear I've got a couple of bites on the back of my thighs. And Mum was like, and that's weird for me because I don't get bitten by anything. I've never had a mosquito bite. So
No, that's right.
So anyway, that happened a couple of weeks ago, and then I sort of forgot, got busy, rah. And then over the last couple of weeks, I've been scratching that. It's been itching, but I've been
Do
unconscious.
you think it's got crabs,
The
Shaun?
thing is, I haven't
You know
had
what?
any...
If you use...
I haven't had any history with this, so I don't know how long something
Shaun's got some
itches with.
stories.
I don't know what you know what I mean. I just don't know what a bite is.
You don't know what a bite
No,
is.
I haven't
what a
feel
bite
it.
is.
Well, if you haven't had one before, how do you know what it feels like?
Well, I've had bed bugs before, and they've
Have you?
absolutely beaten me to death.
Yeah, right.
Because you feel that little biting and
Yeah.
then like scratching, Nate, like
Yeah.
something's going you, and then the next day, obviously, you turn up with these rashes, and you have got miniature bites.
Mate, well, on the weekend, suddenly I was getting changed, and then I looked down, and all over my legs are all these little red bumps, and like just up here, I showed you guys yesterday, near my waist, there's like a burn or a rash,
Yes, it's a rash.
and
Yeah.
I'm going, what the
Does it
hell's
hurt
going
when you
on?
wee?
No.
Okay, good.
No, it doesn't. But it is hard to wee on it, Shaun.
Yeah, on yourself.
turn it
Yeah,
around.
turn it, yeah. Put a kink in the hose.
I'm putting a hose back in your face.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, this is full on, and I think I've been bitten by something. I'm going, what could it be? A little bit of investigation.
Dr. Google.
I went to I suddenly went to my plants to have a look for something because I looked at an image and I went, that's exactly what I've got. On one of my plants, we're going to put a picture up on our socials right now. Bloody garden mites. Have you ever, we've all heard of
I've
mites.
heard of mites, but I've never heard of garden mites.
So there's a whole different. I don't know if it's garden mites, but there's itch mites. There's all these different kinds of mites. But these are the ones that veggie mites.
That's the whole thing.
Marmites.
Marmites. Anyway.
When we were kids, they were on the farm. There were red-legged earth mites,
Well,
but I didn't think they bit.
this one.
We used to see them around a
Yeah.
bit.
So then I got mite bites. I've gone to the chemist because I've worked out what it is, and I went to the pharmacist and I said, "Excuse me, I think I might have mite bites."
You might have them.
I might have mite bites. And then she goes, "Show me." So then I showed her, and
You
she
took
goes,
your pants off?
and she goes, "Yeah, they're mites." Then I showed her the picture of the mites, and she goes, "Whoa, they're huge because they're big, furry white things, like the thing from that flies through the air, like Never Ending Story." Falcor.
Yeah,
They're like
Falcor.
tiny falcors.
Yeah, Falcor.
So then she said, basically, she goes, so what's happened? She goes, you probably experienced this bite probably, if I'm seeing it now, it's probably a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I went,
So
oh,
have
that's the
you
thing.
been sleeping with your plants? Is that...
My
you gotta
mum
tell what
said,
you
my
can
mum
get.
told me to get my plants. Mum's going to get the plants out of your bedroom. She thought that because plants use a lot of oxygen, they're going to suffocate me.
Yeah.
I told her we live on Earth where there's all nature. If that was the case, we'd all be dead. But so anyway, it's gone up. It's gone everywhere. It's gone up my chest, everything like that. So I went and got some cream from them, and it's now starting to settle down. But she said as well, you're going to get new ones, so you're thinking the cream's going to settle up, but it's already in your system. So
They're already coming up.
Yeah, so I'm really worried because I felt something on my forehead. So I think I might just be
But
might bite.
yeah, because you keep pouring at them, you're going to take some bark
That's
off
the worst
your
thing.
face.
I am itchy everywhere, and I hope everyone's starting to feel itchy
He
right
has
now.
to say we're going
I am.
to put
I was
mittens on him to stop him from scratching himself like a baby.
It's a good idea.
Because I'm
now.
not allowed to scratch yourself. So Nat
No.
just saw me then. I was just sitting here and I was unconsciously scratching
We've
myself.
got to do that or got to put a cone on your head.
and handcuff me.
I don't know how that'll work
I
out.
want a cone.
This is insane.
Mite Bites is a great name for a box of cereal.
Mite bites.
Mice.
Anyway, I'm taking that, by the way. No one else use it.
Yeah.
I want to know, has this happened to anybody else? Like,
Oh, mighty mite
well,
bites.
no, not even just mite bites, but something's
bugs, all
happened.
that kind
It
of
was a
stuff, no?
mystery.
It's got you?
Well, something's happened. It was a bit of a mystery, and then you found out that
It was a
you've
bite
been
of sorts.
bitten by mites. I was so angry, by the way, when I was washing my plants with detergent, by the way. I got really angry at a few of them. I just threw them in the bin and murdered them.
Wow. So you're blaming them.
Yeah. See, now my forehead's itchy. Oh, my God, I'm itchy everywhere.
Everybody in their car is going to be scratching themselves because
can't
they've been
help
talking about it non-stop. Sam, hello.
G'day, guys.
Sam,
Hi,
what's
Sam.
the
That's our digital
messages?
content dude.
Yeah, Jessica Vermeulen messaging about her my experience. She said, I thought we had bed bugs, whole body itchy with little pus lumps everywhere. I was like a crackhead ripping out my skin all day.
Oh, you would be. That's the worst feeling.
Thanks, Jess. Let's catch up with Susie from Mullaloo. Hang on, one tick. Susie,
Susie.
hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Great,
good
Suze.
Susie.
Okay, have you had a run-in with
Something.
bites?
Oh, no, it's actually my son. He has, like, a condition that means that when he gets bit by any sort of bug, all the previous bites from, like, the past year or whatever start to flare up.
No!
Get out.
Yeah,
It's like
so,
his body has included his browser history and it
Yes.
just pulls everything up.
Yeah, pretty much. He needs to release the history and move on. It costs me a fortune in daycare fees.
Oh, so you got to take him out or something, do you,
because
Susie?
they think he's like way worse
Yes.
than what he is, but it's just that
'Cause
everything from the past.
He would look like he's got chicken pox or something, would he?
Yeah, that's it. He always looks like he's got chicken pox every summer. So, like, when we take him camping, he just looks terrible.
Oh, Susie.
So just antihistamines and that gets him back on track?
Yeah, a couple of days off, antihistamine, some paracetamol, and he's all right. But
What's it called? What's the condition called? Has it got a name?
I can't remember what it was called. It was some really random thing, but yeah, I was thinking, this child can't be suffering from chickenpox every medicine.
Nobody gets it that many.
But the teachers will follow him home from school and like, wait to see if he's being put in a pen. He's got so
He
much
lives in the
chickenpox.
garden, you see.
That's insane. I had never heard of that. I've never heard of a condition
No.
that when you get a
All
new
your
bite,
old
it brings
bites
all your old bites back.
flare
That is
up.
unbelievable.
I know.
Wow.
And Susie, your accent is
Oh, I love it,
delightful,
Suze.
I've got to say. Thank you. Elizabeth, hello.
Hi, how you going,
Hi,
guys?
Liz.
Great,
Good, Liz.
Okay, talk to us. Have you been bitten by something?
Yes, so in June this year, we were actually heading up to Coral Bay in Exmouth, and on the way out to Coral Bay, we stopped at Billabong, and we had midges all over us.
Midges.
And then a couple of days later, I started to develop these little sores.
Yes.
And they were getting itchy, and then, like Jessica said, started to get puffy, and then I just started getting more and more of them. But we
Yeah.
had left Billabong by that stage, and we were in Exmouth.
Yeah.
Coral Bay, and they just kept getting worse and worse over 2 weeks, and I just spread throughout my whole body, and they were awful. So then I had it I was Googling and everything, and then I had it convinced, okay, we've got bed bugs.
Yes. Why do we all go to bed bugs for some
They're the
reason?
most common
Because we know-
one.
yeah.
They're the
Well,
ones
I've
everyone's
never-
heard of.
But it's the most common one, but I've never experienced it before
No.
in my life.
It's
So
the
it's
worst.
just
Yeah.
to leave there. Anyway, bed bugs, yeah.
It was disgusting. So we had a brand new caravan with a brand new mattress, so I ended up stripping it, vacuuming out like a million times, washing all of it. Meanwhile, we were actually meant to be checking out that morning
Yeah.
to go up to Exmouth. So washed everything, had to wait for everything to dry. It took us hours to do. Got up to Exmouth. It still continued. Anyways, saw someone at the pharmacy, and then it turned out that they were just sandflies. And they take like about 3 weeks to recover. And so I still got
You're
scars
burning
on my
your
body.
mattress.
But either way,
Wait,
Sandfly
a
bite.
sandfly
Oh,
bite
sandfly
does that.
bites.
Have you, Sean, you would have been bitten by a sandfly then, wouldn't you?
I do feel like
you're on
I've
the
been
sand
by
a lot.
sandflies. Yeah. I've
They
been bitten by
were
much
awful,
flies as well.
and they give you like a hemorrhoid cream to clear it up, and it actually works. But like you feel so embarrassed.
You have to order bulk hemorrhoid cream.
Yeah. And then just try not to waddle out.
Exactly.
Wow, now I know her. She's walking like a cowgirl.
Oh, thanks, Liz. Sarah called in to say that, Nathan, you're overwatering your plants. Water them base every 2 weeks.
Yeah, is that
So
where the
that's,
mites
it's
came from?
creating the environment for the mites to grow.
I do. I only found them on one plant, by the way, and I think that one I did all over water. Where do they come from, though? Are they catching the bus there? Like, how do they just get there?
Or are they in the dirt?
Are they in
and
there?
then-
Are they in
and
there
the
waiting?
right-
Like, do they
the
come?
right conditions
Yeah, like
bring
all
them
like,
out.
They're just probably in the soil.
Or they're on the way, like, I can sense the plant sweat. Let's go over there. It's over the road. Anyway.
Here's Courtney. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Courtney, did you get bitten by something bitey?
Yes, something very bitey, a bed bug.
Oh, no. So
they're the
actually,
worst.
because everybody goes there and thinks that's, what's bitten them, but in your case, it actually was?
Yeah, so I was a single mum at the time, had this tiny little rental, got a second-hand mattress,
and I stripped the whole bed and I found them, and like the actual little bugs squished, all the signs. I took it to the GP. I had over 200 bites. The GP was fascinated, and because I had proof they were actually bed bugs, she took photos and actually put it in a medical journal.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
God, I hope it's not near your private parts.
Courtney, what an honour.
It was an honour, actually. I'm a nurse as well, so it was, you know, my little claim to fame, been riddled with bed bugs.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of beds that you can see that once you put... Is it a light that they put on there? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get rid of them
see
once
them
you've
in
got
there.
them, though,
You've got
isn't it, Courtney?
Yeah.
What did you do to get rid of them?
I went full extermination mode, so... everything, like the mattress, everything was thrown out, the linen, everything in the house, like the cushion covers.
Yeah.
Had
So they
to
like
be
to get in
washed.
the seams of things,
Yes,
so you
that's
can't
what I heard,
get...
and they're really, really tiny. Hey, so when you got your bites, so I'm applying this cream, and it's like 30 grams for my whole body, so they said some people have the biggest surface area. So I'm using that cream every day, and it seems to be on the track of getting them done. So hopefully within 4 days this might be cleared up, hopefully. What about bed bugs? What's the how do you treat that?
Well, weeks. So
Weeks.
you had a steroid cream as well, but the actual dots were there for, I'm talking 8 to 10 weeks.
Oh!
It was so long.
Nathan,
Yeah.
you might not be bikini ready at this rate then
But
for
I just bought
summer.
the
You're
new
going to have to stay inside.
It's an extra high
You
thong.
can't expose that people to
They're
that
all
at the
the
beach.
rage these days.
Thanks,
those
Courtney.
ones.
Christy's in Tuart Hill. Morning, Christy.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Christy.
All right, Christy, have you been bitten?
I have, and it was a medical mystery. So I had an operation and I was housebound for a while, and everyone that knows me knows I'm a Nazi for cleaning my house. So I had to employ a cleaner, and who later quit because apparently my house was too clean for her. And all of a sudden I broke out in awful spots, and it was painful, it was itchy. I went to my GP, he couldn't figure it out. I went to a dermatologist and paid $400.
Oh, God.
He couldn't figure it out. And then later, I was at home probably about 5 days later, and I saw this little bug, and I Googled it, and it was a carpet beetle. And long story short, it turns out I had carpet beetle dermatitis.
Oh, my God, I've never heard of that.
I've had daddy long legs arthritis before. It's terrible.
It's ridiculous. And now I went back to my doctor and told him what it was, and he said, I've never treated anyone that's had that before.
Oh, wow.
It's on my medical history.
What does a
Every time
carpet
I go-
beetle look like? Does it look like a normal beetle?
It looks like a bit like a ladybug, but a lighter version, and it's got like a little ripple on its back. But now, every time I go to my doctor for a referral, he prints out my medical history, and it's got bloody carpet beetle dermatitis.
Yeah,
Carpet
that's right.
beetle dermatitis.
Forever. Oh, that's so
I've
funny.
never heard of a carpet beetle.
You know what?
I know. Google it, guys.
What is
Google
it? What is
They're
it like?
horrible things.
What is it like? Because getting an answer of what something is when you don't understand what's happening in your body, that's golden, right? You can't beat that. But what is it like being told that you are, when you're seeing a doctor, this is the first time I've come across this?
Oh, no.
What's that like?
Yeah, I know. It was a bit weird, but it also sends a cleaning person into more of a frenzy.
Yes.
right?
Oh,
This is-
imagine. Christy.
It was in a rug, it turns out. So, about 10 years ago, the shag sort of pile rugs
Yes.
were quite common. It turns out that they were sort of in that. So
They can just fly inside as well, so they're attracted to
Totally,
light and
yeah.
warmth. They can fly inside. They can get inside on pets and clothes. Plus flowers that you bring into
And
the
then
house.
and then they give you the dermatitis. How? They just like rub on you?
it's actually the larvae that causes the irritation.
So they're laying eggs.
I said laying eggs in your body.
That's fun.
I'm a surrogate right now for mites.
Surrogate.
They don't eat cotton, linen,
I
or
hope
other
thank you.
plant-based or synthetic fabrics. That's good to know.
Wow. These things, and they're all small enough to get in.
You can't see
They
them.
like the
Oh, they've got
underside
a
of
bit of
rugs.
urine.
Wow. Oh, only the larvae feed on fabric. Adults eat nectar and pollen. Isn't that interesting?
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
There is a tree.
In my hood.
We're very worried about
There's
it.
a tree in my hood. I know exactly. Well, there's 10 trees.
Yeah.
Actually, Nelly.
10
10
we can take
trees. It's the area, if you know it well, in Mount Lawley. It's the railway bridge that you go underneath when you're on Guildford Road.
Yes.
So if you're going
The subway.
If you go coming from Mount Lawley, you go underneath the underbridge, you've got those lights. It's that sort of area to the right. So it's sort of like a big verge that's been reclaimed by the state government.
And they're going to build on it.
They want to build community housing on there. Social housing, which is a really important thing. But there is a tree there that is over 100 years old, and people are furious because at the moment there are police bringing the tree loppers in so they can cut it down undisturbed, even though there's a man in one of them. This is one of the protesters down there who is she's very proper and she's very unpleased.
Oh, hang on, Sam, we're going to play that grab. Yep, got it. It's coming, everyone. It's coming.
That's all
These
right.
iconic ficus, we believe they're hilly, but we're not really sure of their identification. These two are at least 100 years old, and they are going to be removed today.
What do you
Which is
think?
sad. We're going to cross live now to Channel 7 reporter Tina Altieri, who is famous for being on the spot when big stories are breaking.
Hi, Tina.
I'm coming in right on cue, guys.
Perfect, Tina.
Tina, when I first saw this yesterday, we didn't have the volume up, right? So I was just watching it. And then suddenly when I saw it, I can see two sides of the story. I can see the fact that social housing is a very important thing. But a 100-year-old tree.
I know, it's done the hard yards.
Come on.
Well, there's actually 10 of them, guys.
Yes.
10 100-year-old trees. They're the ficus trees, and I can see I've spent 2 mornings here, and they're huge. They create this incredible canopy, and they are beautiful. And it's not that the protesters are against the development of this affordable new housing development that they plan to build. They just want the trees to remain and be part of that final design. But I can tell you what, guys, in the last few minutes, it might sound quiet behind me, but everyone is kind of sort of exhaled because what's been happening, they've all been holding their breath over the last 15 minutes. We've seen ropers go in with harnesses. I've never heard of ropers before. Have you guys heard of
No, it's a job, is it?
No.
Ropers.
These are professional ropers. They've got harnesses and they know how to climb trees apparently very well. They go up there and they literally break the chains of the protester who spent 26 hours up there.
Yes.
26 hours, yep. And so they cut the chains. It's a little bit tricky to get him down. Everyone's chanting. Everyone's like holding their breath. Will he, won't he come down? So whether he's, been coerced or whether he's agreed to come down. And in the meantime, there's been about, a sort of this rolling parade of about 12 security officers, police officers who've really tried to bring him down. Even the Director General of Planning came over trying to have a chat to him to say, come on, mate, it's time to come down.
Are people trying to knock him out of the tree with a frisbee?
Oh, look, anything's possible. And, at the end of the day, what they did was they managed to get him down. He came down. He was pretty upset, as you can imagine, because, he really felt that he put in a good effort. But
of course he did.
they've all been served with move-on notices. So they've been told if they go back onto this this private property, 1.4 hectares, that indeed they will face pretty hefty fines, even in some cases imprisonment. So, they moved pretty quick, smart. And they're off, and now the Director General is chatting to some of the protesters. These protesters claim they were given about 3 days' notice before the tree loppers were due to move in. They said, we're not having any of that. And so they have... They've done their very best, but now they've moved off. The area is now fenced, and the big question, when exactly will these trees be brought down? It doesn't mean that now that they've come face to face with somebody pretty high up in the Department of Planning who owns the land, have they now at least perhaps persuaded him to talk to us before you bring these trees down. You can't do it afterwards. So maybe they will, but they certainly are in talks right now. There's about 100 protests here. They've been very, very passionate, and they've been very proud of their man up in the trees. As you can imagine, being chained 26 hours.
That's
not
fair.
a
What if
small
Uber
feat.
Eats delivers there?
The state government had said these trees are infected by asbestos.
Bullshit.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that is bullshit. The tree has never looked healthier. It is like something out of a storybook. And unless a tree tree is powered by asbestos.
What are
I
they
cannot see
saying about
anything.
that, Tina?
Come on.
Well, what they say is that they believe that the asbestos is sort of in the roots of the tree. But the protesters have said that can't be the case. That can't be the case. It has to be. They all agree that there is asbestos around, for sure. That's not in denial. They know that it's in the area and that it won't take much to dig it up. And they're saying, well, let's get rid of it in another way. Why do we have to bring these trees down to get rid of this asbestos, which they all know is around?
Yeah.
So, it sort of seems like a common sense must prevail, and there's a lot of pretty angry people.
Tina, there's only one option. Get up the tree.
Yes, Tina.
You need to do this. You get up that tree, lady, and you stop this from happening.
Live cross.
I've been called many things in the past, but never a tree lady.
We've got a live cross at 7:30 for sunrise. So get up that tree and do it from there,
Yes,
Tina.
Tina.
Good on you, Tina.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, honey.
No, I
live
agree
from
with
the
you. I
thing.
threw that out there with the asbestos situation, but
Bullshit.
it's amazing if the government and or any business wants something to happen, they'll find a reason, and there's the reason that they'll come up with.
My favourite is the asbestos is in the root system, so you can't really check.
can't
You know
see
what I
it.
mean? Like,
I know.
come on.
Yeah.
I really
It seems
do
a bit
think.
unlikely.
I think there is a compromise there. They are beautiful 100-year-old trees. Work out if you can put the building and the trees together.
Yes.
Just save a few of
I
them.
would have thought they
A
would have got
gesture.
in there and released some of those polyphagosporas that are the little beetles that have, knocked off all the trees in Hyde Park and that sort of stuff. Put some of them on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Then they've got
there
a
you go.
reason.
They're gone, sorry, they're all rotten, we're taking them out.
Yeah, unbelievable.
They are keeping a few. I think was there 25 that they're keeping. They're getting rid of 10? Is that what the number was?
It's 10 in total.
It's 10.
10 in total.
Yeah, and they want to get rid of all of them. But the thing is, have you ever had a strong feeling towards a tree? Like whether
not
it be
in a
love
good
or
way.
hate?
Not in a good way.
Like, what's
A couple of times. One time in Eastern Manor, we had a neighbour's tree, and it would have been like a blue gum. Are they in our area in that? Those ones?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know more than me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm saying it's a blue gum. And if you're a pool owner, and I know there's a fair few people that aren't.
Yeah.
We had this discussion yesterday.
Oh my God,
there's a
this
fair few
seems
people
like
that
a
are.
rich white man's problem, but
No,
keep
it's
going.
not. Plenty of people have got
This
pools.
pool owners will get furious about this.
Yeah. They absolutely just cover your joint massively, and they stuff up your
filters and
filter
stuff.
in a massive way. So that's been a huge issue.
My dad hates the tree at the front of our house. It's beautiful, but it's a sweet gum, so it's got those spiky balls, the green balls
yeah, I
that
know the
fall off,
ones.
and then they go brown and hard. And that is like, if you imagine stepping on Lego, but Lego has knives.
Yeah.
That is that. And then to mow your lawn, you have to make sure they're all off because they become projectiles, like bullets. It is the stupidest tree ever.
But people might love that
Dad
tree
hates
because that
it.
would have been just a great moment in their life that represents a time.
Yeah.
Everyone, we want to
Strong
talk about
feelings about trees.
your relationship with the tree. Is it hate or is it love?
Hello, Nadine.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Good,
Nadine.
Nadine, do you feel strongly about a tree?
I do. I've got a 40-year-old liquid amber at the front of my house.
Mm-hmm.
My father-in-law planted it, and it's not in line with the letterbox and council protocol.
Yes.
But as we're trying to do a subdivision, this tree's right in the way of the driveway, and the City of Stirling will not let us remove it.
Oh. But it actually isn't planted in the correct place regardless.
Regardless, but they're saying that the street canopy requires this tree. They valued the tree at $26,000. We said we would pay for that to be removed and replanted, but would replant more trees in the area.
Oh.
It's gone on for 12 months, and they're still saying no, the tree has to remain, and therefore we can't put our driveway.
So you can't
there.
Can I say I've seen this happen where someone wasn't allowed to move a tree and the driveway was in this ridiculous snaking thing, and it wasn't a big yard.
Yeah.
And it was on the weirdest angle to get into the house, and like a bigger car couldn't fit in there. So you've given them compromises. We'll move the tree. We'll pay for the tree to be moved.
Absolutely.
That makes no sense.
We've even met with them. We've met with them, and it's gone on for 12 months.
That's beautiful.
So-
That's that big red one.
Yeah, that's a liquid amber. They're beautiful trees.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Like, okay. Well, do you hate the tree?
Like, look at that one.
What do you think about the
That's a
tree?
ripper.
Oh, look, I hate the tree in winter.
Yeah, all the
in winter,
leaves.
it's a skeleton.
Oh,
yeah,
of course.
it's
So your place looks haunted. Your place looks
deciduous.
haunted in winter, does it?
Absolutely.
But there's no reason why you can't move the tree. And you're bringing another... at this point in time, we don't have the
Yes.
space to be able to
I see what you're saying.
house and land packages and all that kind of
Suburban
stuff.
infill.
It's us or them, Sean, is what you're saying.
Oh,
It's us or the trees. It's us or the trees.
No, just move the tree just to
When
the
there
left
is
of
a
it.
solution.
Yeah, bloody thing.
Exactly. That's crazy.
And it's got like an invasive root system, so it's a trip hazard as well.
I mean, it stole a purse once. The root literally went into a bag and stole a purse.
This tree is downright evil. Good luck, Nadine.
Oh,
Thank
God.
you. James is also in Dianella.
Oh.
Hello, James.
Good morning.
Hey, James.
Okay, trees
Good,
are a hot
James.
issue in Dianella. Are you pro-tree or is the tree, have you had enough of this tree?
No, I'm all for the tree. So late last year we just purchased a house and we had these 5 beautiful palm trees in a planter box like right beside the pool. And when we purchased the house, the owner said that you probably want to dig these out because eventually they'll blow out the planter box and it'll fall into your pool.
Yep.
Yes.
And I was like, no, that's never going to happen. And then the wife's like, and it's nearly a year. The guy said a year, you have to pull them out. I said, no, I just love waking up, looking at the pool area, having my morning coffee. And then one morning I've come downstairs and got the morning coffee and gone outside to my little barley retreat and I looked over and there was no palm trees.
What was it in the
the-
pool?
What happened?
They were in the pool.
Oh! It was such a hot day. They're like,
The whole planter box blew out into
The
the
whole
pool.
thing.
Yeah.
So your wife
Mate,
is
those
right.
roots are strong.
Isn't that a terrible, terrible thing when your wife is right?
Yeah, she's always right.
So what did you have to do? Could you save them, plant them somewhere else or anything?
It's gone.
Gone.
Filled the pool.
Oh, it killed the pool. How much damage worth?
Oh, it just filled the pool full of bricks and rocks and soil and
Oh, right.
and the 5 palm trees with it.
So let's get your verdict. Do you love those trees or do you hate them?
I used to love those trees.
But they've broken up now.
I mean, it's a relationship. Things happen.
Now they're just somebody that he used to know.
The damage feels good.
Yeah,
Thanks, James.
it
Wrong
happened.
feelings towards trees.
I know. Vicky's in Bull Creek. Hi, Vic.
Hello.
Alrighty, we're talking about strong relationships to trees.
Yes.
Whether they be good or bad.
A positive experience.
Great.
Oh, great.
So we used to live in a house in Applecross. It was actually John Alexander's original house. So it was about 30 years ago we lived there. So I would have been probably 40 years old before that.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a massive date palm in the back of the house, like the little corner block, a huge date palm. And anyway, when they bulldozed the house, they actually transferred the tree to Burswood.
Oh, really?
Oh, around the grounds.
By transfer,
Yes, I knew the
sold,
owner of the
right?
house.
Yeah.
She told us, yeah. So I was like, oh, that was really nice because I loved the tree. It was so
That's
wasn't it?
nice. So now you know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone down to visit it?
There's plenty of them down there, but apparently there's a whole heap of them down there, and one of them is one of those.
No,
so,
you'll know which one it is. I've seen Avatar. You connect to your tree, you know?
You stand there and you do this for your legs.
Yeah.
You slap your legs and it runs up to you.
Everything. It was really cool.
Hey, Vicky, on that property that you used to live at, did they just do one house or they did multiple dwellings on there?
Multiple
Houses on that
the
block?
one
No,
once
it's just one corner block. It was just
Yeah.
his house.
Yep.
It was an had all old French windows out the back on the corner and everything. Yeah,
You know
on the corner
what?
of Matheson and Kintail.
For criminals, right? If you just tracked when a family was away, had a beautiful tree in your property, you could like dig it out and then sell it on Gumtree, I'm guessing.
No, that's only for eucalyptuses.
Because like people that make it's big money with established trees.
It's a lot of money.
It is. Yeah. Thanks, Vicky.
It is.
Let's go
No
to
problem.
Alex in Scarborough. Hi, Alex.
How are you going?
Now,
Good,
Alex,
Alex.
you're in the biz. You're an arborist.
Yes.
Wow, okay, so do the people that go up in the trees and chain themselves to branches, do they hate you?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, right.
Alex, what do you reckon the decision from the council is in this respect, or the state government? They've just decided that they want to get rid of these trees.
Every council has different rules.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say a specific rule for different councils. But mainly it's, if you got to get rid of a tree, the tree needs to be damaged, storm damaged, or a threat to a house, or it's dying. Otherwise, there's no reason why the tree should come out.
Yeah.
For a tree removal approval from the council, it takes months. It's not just done overnight.
And they found out 3 days ago this was happening. Hey,
No, is that the people or is that the council?
No, that's
the people.
No, that's the people. Yeah, they weren't informed, and it was apparently really small, and like it was only there was a pamphlet done to a few houses. It was a very controlled situation. They're saying that the roots have got asbestos in them. Is that real? Can that be a thing? And what would happen?
No, I've never heard of that before.
That's a good question.
It's in the ground for sure, growing around the roots, but it's not in the roots.
So hashtag asbestos roots is not a thing?
No, I don't think so, no.
Hey, Alex, what's your favourite tree?
Probably an oak.
Oak. Okay. And what's your least favourite tree?
Jap pepper, which is a weed, or...
I had one of those.
What's wrong with them?
They do. They just just grew out of nowhere. My neighbour's got one, and it kind of just, and they're enormous, and it's like they grow really fast, really fast. I thought I was just a genius gardener, but no, it's a weed, and it had to be. It's been dug out now.
Oh, is it? But is it a pretty weed?
I mean, it was pushing over a fence.
Hey, Alex, are different trees harder to get rid of, like cut down? Do you have to spend more time getting rid of them?
Yes. So Jap pepper, for example, it tangles with each other.
Yeah.
So it's really hard.
Yeah.
Probably the easiest tree would be like a eucalyptus.
Yeah,
right. It's just straight and open.
Have you ever fallen out of a tree with your harnesses not done properly?
No. So I'm not a climber, but I do use cherry pickers. I've never fallen out of a tree, but I've got stuck into one.
They're trying to get the people out of the trees now. How'd they get you out? Someone just threw a frisbee at him. I guarantee it's a frisbee. Someone just hit him with a frisbee.
You send a squirrel up. Thank you, Alex.
Exactly right.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.